In recent months at Johnson Press, we've seen something like 30 job cuts announced at Scotsman titles. Again, Johnson Press, and I know we've got some members here, 5 editorial jobs lost as the Glasgow East News and Ayrshire Extra have been closed. Trinity Mirror, 35 editorial jobs lost in Glasgow. Daily Record, Sunday Mail and the Scottish Mirror, which I don't think you can even call it the Scottish Mirror now, considering that poor Maggie Barry is the sole remaining journalist working on that title. And now we've got Newsquest Glasgow being decimated once again, with more than 40 of the finest journalists with unrivalled experience leaving the industry and leaving behind what is a much poorer product. Claire Enders, a leading media industry commentator, said that trend is going to continue. She predicts something like a third of UK regional newspapers and half of all jobs in regional media will disappear by 2013. I have to say, it's only if we allow the bean counters and the shareholders to line their pockets that that will be the case. One of the main myths propagated by the newspaper owners and shareholders is that the economic downturn is affecting revenue and profit margins. But take, for example, the operating profit margins at Johnson Press, 29% in the last year. Trinity Mirror, 19% in the last year, which are far beyond that which companies such as Tesco expect, something like 5.9% in the last year. In fact, you know, any decent average business looking to get a healthy return would look for something like between 8 and 10% profit each year. Newsquest has continued to pocket massive profits for their American shareholders, not least from their Glasgow operation. In 2007, Newsquest UK's operating profits were no less than £478 million. Overall, Gannett, the owners of Newsquest, has returned something like $6.2 billion in profits and dividends to its shareholders since 2000. Last year, its chief executive and UK henchman, Paul Davison, received compensation totaling something around $2.4 million. And you know from the cynical way in which Newsquest and Gannett run their operations into the ground, with no regard for quality or the titles, that you won't be surprised when their chairman said in his annual report, and I quote, "Shareholders are always our top priority. We remain committed to returning more value to our shareholders." So forget the commitments that Newsquest made to the Competition Commission when they bought the Herald about investing in the products and quality journalism. Newsquest Glasgow returned profits of £23 million last year. They're on course to return profits next year of almost £15 million. This is not Woolworths or MFI. These are not failing businesses which are on their knees. But the voracious appetite for excessive profits, building up large debts and reckless management are the biggest threat to regional and national journalism across not only Scotland but the rest of the UK. And it's a really sad day when I sit here as president of the main journalist union in the UK and Ireland and have to agree with one Rupert Murdoch, who recently said, "Unlike the doom and gloomers, I believe that newspapers will reach new heights. In the 21st century, people are hungrier for information than ever before, and they have more sources of information than ever before. Amid these many diverse and competing voices, readers want what they've always wanted, a source they can trust. That has always been the role of great newspapers in the past, and that role will make newspapers great in the future. I don't think that will be the case after Newsquest have finished with their hands in Scottish titles. Our members are suffering at the hands of owners and shareholders obsessed not by quality, but by profit. The very existence of quality Scottish journalism and many of our most cherished titles are at risk of extinction. These people are not fit to run our industry, and we must come together and unite to reclaim our titles and fight for a Scottish media sector which is once again respected and at the heart of our communities and our democracy.